Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Well, I got the phone call that I've been waiting for now for about 2 weeks. Of course, with holidays and that kind of stuff, Christmas and New Year's kind of slowed everything down. But the guy gave me a call and said that my engine parts are all in for the 4840 and he is done with the head itself. And so I'm heading up that way to pick up all my parts. So hopefully we can start getting some sleeves and pistons put back in here a little bit. Alright guys, well, we're back here in the shed. I just got the truck unloaded. And right here are the goodies. Of course, right here's the rocker arm assembly, valve cover, intercooler cover, and all that kind of good stuff. Then of course, boxes of all kinds of goodness inside. But he also checked out the oil pump, make sure it was all good to go. So it's laying right there, well, underneath the valve cover. There's the old turbo. I got a brand new turbo, actually, surprisingly. It's not a reman, so. And then over here on this pallet is the head. As you can see, looking good. He put all new intake valves into it. And just from what it looks like, I think he just took it and somebody took and ground the exhaust ones. Kind of looks like it, yeah. But all the intakes though are new. Nice and shiny. Of course, he's got one of them big parts, I think he calls it like a hot washer. And so, look all nice and good on that side. I forgot to, I was going to ask him, I forgot to, how, got a little weight to it, about, as far as the flatness on the thing. Was it nice and flat? A little bit of warp to it? I was going to ask him, forgot. So, anyway, there's the top side, all the new valve springs, retainers, you name it. So, well, looks like it's time to get to work. Well, I'm starting to unbox stuff. Here's my new turbo. I got the forklift warming up. Right here, these are all the new rod cap bolts. With the rod caps. And of course, it all comes as one big set. This here is the rear main seal, which I do not need. But it comes with it. Right there is the front main seal for the crank. I don't need that either. And of course, right here are the cam bearings. What do we got? Oh, piston pin bushing. Okay, we're all good to go there. So, just a lot of spare. When you get the kit, it just comes as all one great big giant deal. But the main thing I need are these rod cap bolts. So I'm getting stuff all unboxed here and opened up. Alright guys, let's see what we got here. This here, one of the cylinder kits. And let's see here. Yeah, right there's the sleeve O-rings, which I've already done all that because I put the John Deere ones in. And if you remember, on the John Deere there was a red and a blue one. Here there's red and black. Well, it's black and this is really dark brown. It looks black though. But, well, I don't need those. Okay, this here must be the complete. The sleeve, the cylinder. Hopefully the rings are on the side there. Let's get her pulled out here and take a quick peek. Yeah, little oily. Well, that keeps it from rusting. Okay. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to have to open that thing up anyway. I got to get the sleeve out. So we'll just open one up here and take a look. See what they look like. Okay, good. The top of the piston is marked with a little arrow for front. The old ones were the same exact way. So you put them in, the arrow is going to be on the, well, it's going to be on the left side of the block, pointing toward the water pump or toward the front of the tractor. Let's go ahead and get one of these bad boys out. Easier said than done. Should have grabbed a rag. Now my hands are all oily. Well, obviously the rings are in there because it's not wanting to pop out very easy. I'm going to grab a rag right quick and we'll be back. Alrighty, let's just use a plastic hammer, knock him out. Okay, yeah, the rings are already on there. Yep, going to have to pop out a little bit more. That's the nice thing when you have a plastic hammer. You don't have to worry about damaging anything. Come on, there we go. Ah, yeah. I can tell you one thing. Them rings look a whole lot better than the old ones did. In fact, I should get one and compare them. The old ones, man, the ring just flopped up and down inside those grooves. These here, I mean, there's a dab of movement, but not much. So, of course, naturally, I'll get the old ring compressor and we'll get them compressed down when we're ready to actually put the pistons in. But first thing I got to do, though, is get the sleeves put into it. I will show you here right quick on the instructions for the O-rings. It does say to use a non-petroleum based lubricating soap and install the liner immediately. Well, I use vegetable oil. Works great, and you don't have to worry about when you put the vegetable oil on these rings about them things swelling up. Then you can't get your liner plugged in. So that's got one sleeve popped out, and I'm going to take and put this piston back inside this plastic bag, or we'll just take and drop it right down inside the box. That way it can't go anywhere and get dirty. There we go. Problem solved. We'll go ahead and throw them back in there. But like I say, that one guy I know of, that farmer, he's told me that when you're redoing one of these John Deere 466 motors, go with the John Deere O-rings, not the Reliant. Because, I know I've said it before, he said that he had two engines that he took and redid. Come to find out that the Reliant O-ring, the actual diameter size is just a fraction smaller, or at least the ones that he got into anyway, and started getting antifreeze in the oil. Nothing to do but take the whole entire engine all back apart again and put the John Deere seals in. He said problem solved, no more trouble. So that's why I already put the John Deere seals into it. Alright, well, hopefully you can see halfway decent. Going through this big box here. Right here, there's another cylinder kit set. Set him off the side. And right here are the rod bearings. Get them opened up. And there we go. In fact, I just took out another small box over there that actually had all the main bearings in it. Like that guy said, when you order a kit like this, everything comes with it. So here we are. Okay, this here is the head gasket. Figured so, that big flat box. Okay, I'm not going to open that thing up yet, but I do want to go ahead and get all the rod bearings out of here. In fact, right there's a box got smashed. Let's take a look. Okay, well, the bearing's still good. It's all wrapped in plastic. I don't see any damage to it. Probably got bounced around during shipping. So we'll put him back together. Yep, rod bearings. So get all them things dug out of there. Okay, I was going to say there better be 6 sets in there. There's 6. Get them all dug out. That's got that big box emptied out. Okay, well, I went ahead and changed my mind. I want to go ahead and open this here up and just take a look inside. All right, there's the head gasket. Looks like we're all kind of plastic. And of course, should be oil pan gasket, valve cover gasket, exhaust, intake manifold gaskets. And let's see here, what else? That don't say on the side. Well, we'll find out once we get there. That almost looks like part for the turbo. In fact, that's actually been opened up. I know I didn't stick that far through with my knife blade. That's kind of odd. Okay, there's the head gasket, so should be good to go there. And then also the gaskets for the 2 halves of the intake manifold. Well, I mean for the intercooler that go together. So that's what these here are for, looks like. And then of course you get a whole bunch of additional stuff because it looks like they're sending gaskets for the front and rear main, all that kind of stuff, which I'm not going to need. But hey, we'll keep it on hand anyway, no big deal. Okay, looks good so far. Alright, got the sleeve sitting out here. I want to take a little bit of ether, and it's got that oiliness from packing. I want to take and kind of clean that up. It's also got some oiliness on the inside, and I'm actually just going to leave that. Using that ether though just cuts all that oiliness off there, because you don't want that into your antifreeze. Go ahead and lay him over on its side. And then I'll take and put that square O-ring around there. Okay, yeah, hopefully you can see that halfway decent. But yeah, it's kind of a square type of O-ring. So, not too sure how well you can see that. Yeah, hopefully you can see that halfway decent there. But you can see it's kind of like a square shape. So that's just going to go right over the top. Well, not inside. Right around the outside. And that way it can go down and seal. Let me tell you something, that's easier said than done. Oop, almost had it. Let's go this way. Come on. In fact, I may see if I can put a small clamp on one side, that way it'll help hold it in place. Come on, let's go. Okay, I might keep playing with it. Okay, well, after fooling around with it enough, I got popped over. Just going to take and work it all the way up to that shoulder right there. Like that. Okay, that's got it all the way around. Right up good and tight and snug. And that'll work just perfect. Yeah, there we go. Same thing again. I'm using the John Deere ring. Back for, in case you should need the part number, right there's the John Deere sleeve seal part number. So you can pause the video right there and get that number in case you need it. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of this vegetable oil right here, and hopefully you can see halfway decent and the camera's not right smack dab in my way, and just coat that right around on those sleeve seal rings. Using the vegetable oil, the rubber won't swell up. And of course my light's always going to be right smack dab in the way. I got to change hands though because I can't get the back side of those seals. Okay, let's take a good look down in there. We look pretty good. Now, I'm going to take some of that oil and put on the sleeve itself. Okay, same thing here. Just go right around that whole entire seat. Get you tipped up that way you can see better. And just give that all a good coating right around there. Okay, let's see if we can get this one here dropped in. All lined up good. When you pop them down and you can't want to turn it. Yep. My hands are so slick I can hardly grab it. I think it popped around the first seal. I'm almost going to have to take and wash my hands. I got so much oil over them I can't grip the stupid thing. Okay, you know what? We're past. I can feel it. So, now what I'll do is I'll grab my rubber hammer and just tap that right on down. And you want 3/1000ths of an inch for your sidewall protrusion right here above the top of the block. And I do not have a dial indicator. However, the guy yesterday I was talking to who did all the head milling showed me that I can simply use a caliper as well by simply running that finger out the bottom right there, and you still get 3/1000ths. Which, let me tell you something, that's not a lot. So you'll sit on the side, run that little trigger out the bottom, and that'll work. All right. fact, I know when I took the old ones out, I could just sort of hook my fingernail on that edge. And that worked. And not too sure how well you can see that. Okay, now I've got to get it up there, get it zeroed back out. Yep, got tools falling everywhere. Toss that thing down. Okay, we're on the edge down here at the bottom. Gotta go a little bit more. Right now we're at about oh yeah, way too much. Gotta back her off some or knock it on down. That's getting really close. Like I say, I wish I had a caliper. I mean a dial indicator. A little bit more. Okay, we're still zeroed. That feels just like the old ones. Up over here on this side. A little bit more, I'm going to stop. All right, come on. Okay, right there's 3. And I can tell you one thing, that feels identical to when I took the old ones out. I could just barely snag my thumbnail on the edge of it. We're good to go. We'll jump back here on the back side. If I can get my... Okay, right there. Trying to get it dialed in. Now, went and moved. It also makes a difference if you go and drop that little finger thing down a water jacket hole. That will be way off. Okay, I actually took the thing and locked it on 3/1000ths. So All I gotta do now is just take and run the thing right around there, and it'll hook itself in. Hey, that'll work. That's got one sleeve in on number 6. All right, I'll go ahead and show you putting another one of these. I got sleeve number 5 right here, ready to go in. I'll go ahead and show you putting one more in. I mean, once you've seen one or two, you've seen them all. So go ahead and put a little bit of veggie oil down there on them O-rings, like that. Just want to put a nice coating on them. Hopefully you can see down in there halfway decent. Yeah, there we go. Okay, well, they're nice and shiny, so that's got a good coating of veggie oil on them. And then same thing right up here. Get the camera tip back up. Okay, I just stuck it around the side of the tractor cab. Up. Gotta watch I don't want it flying every which way. But yeah, just give her a nice coating all the way around there. That whole entire outside edge, like that. Alrighty, that worked just perfect. There we go. Now it's ready to drop down into the block. Okay, I'm going to try number 5 here at just a little bit of a different camera angle. But same thing though, drop them right down in. Like that. And once you get down there and hit those O-rings, makes it bad. My fingers are so slick it's hard to grip anything. You want to take and spin them down in there. Just like that. Okay, and once it gets down there so far where you can't push it down anymore, I can reach my hands down in there. I can feel it. I'm past the O-rings. I'm almost at the very bottom of the. Well, I guess it'd be the whole part of the block itself. The hole in the block. I can feel I'm almost at the bottom of that. And so. Okay, next thing I'm going to do to actually get it to drop on down, since I can't push it anymore by hand, I'm going to lay a 2x6 across that, grab a regular sledgehammer, and not real hard, but just a couple good firm smacks to it. Drop the sledgehammer and the 2x6 back down. Set the 2x6 back on the step. Now, because what you got to do, down there where the sleeve has that tapered part where it goes from small and kind of widens out against those O-rings, you kind of got to push that on past that. And well, I'm not heavy enough to shove on the thing and shove it on down in there, so I got to use that sledgehammer to push it on down. Now somebody bigger than I am may be able to shove it down through there, but I can't shove it down in there. I'm not heavy enough. And so that's what the sledgehammer and the 2x6 is for. And same thing. Just go right around. Tap it right down. As you can see, we're still too high up right there on that ring. Yeah, we're getting close. And not quite. Smidge more. All right, let's check it. Get the caliper on. Yep, we're still right at 0.3. And let's take a look here and see what we got. All right, a little bit more. Yep, up on their sleeve too much. And go right around there. And now my stupid caliper went and jumped on me. Okay, let's get him set back. In fact, just for the fun of it, I may actually go and grab my feeler gauge. Just see what it shows. But I can tell just simply by comparing to the old sleeves. That's exactly what they were. But, okay, that's got number 5 popped in. Okay, I got you sitting down here a little bit closer, that way you can watch. Just for the fun of it, I went and grabbed my feeler gauge. And right there, you can see that, we're on the 3/1000ths. Just bringing that in from each outside edge. And we're basically almost right dead square on where we want to be. Now let's jump over here. I'll move you with the camera on that side. Let's go over here on this side. Take a look. And same thing. Give one little tap over on that side. I got a while. I don't want to whack the camera. Let's see what that did. Well, you know what? I wasn't that far off by just simply eyeballing it and picking at it with my fingernail, so I think we're good to go. Jump back over here, double check, we're looking good. That's another way you can do it with if you don't have a dial indicator. Like I say, I never thought I should have picked one up and I didn't. But that caliper though does the trick. So, okay guys, I'm going to bring you back in once I get the other 4 of these sleeves popped in. I mean, you've seen 2, hey, you've seen them all. So I'll bring you back in here in a little bit. And there's what we look like. Just got done putting number 1 here in. And so that's got looking like a new one. Well, at least on that part anyway. Now the next project is to start getting the pistons all out of the boxes, and along with the old pistons, and start swapping the rod from the old piston to the new ones. And so I'm going to start doing that, and I'll bring you along and show you what's happening. Okay, I got cylinder number 1 right here. I'm just going to go from putting sleeves out. I went from 6 down to 1. Putting the pistons in, I go from 1 back up to 6. So it works. And these are directional. Right there it says front with an arrow. And so, and the rod is also marked front. They're also stamped. Let's see here. don't know how well you can see that, but the cap and the rod, 1, 1. And so you definitely got to keep them together. That's why you do one at a time. And so when you get ready to take and put the new piston back on the rod, you just got to make sure you it goes on the right way. In fact, neighbor just south east of me. In fact, I think okay, there's the wrist pin snap ring. I remember talking to him about that Alice Chalmers 7060 that we had one of the pistons actually go bad in the thing. The ring's actually broke in it. And when I was getting ready to work on that thing, he told me to make sure when you take this rod cap off, to make sure you take it off and put it back on the exact same way. And if I remember on that one, you could actually get the thing flipped around backwards and it would actually work. But I'm pretty sure he told me of some guys that accidentally did that. They got the rod caps reversed. And if I remember, I think he actually got the job of fixing the thing after it actually put a rod through the block, because that got reversed. Something about that. However, these are directional. They can only go one way. The way they got grooves cut right there, so it's one way only, which makes it nice. Now let's take and shove. Well, I thought anyway I was going to take and knock that wrist pin out. Oh, duh. No wonder why. It'd help if I pushed it from the right way. There. This side still has a snap ring in. And the new kit has new wrist pins also. Alrighty, there we go. And the rod bushing, or rod bearing, however whatever you want to call it, it was also good and tight. No slop or anything, so we look good there. But like I say, it says front, so right now the tractor's actually facing me, and so it'll go in just like that. And then of course the new piston's going to go here on top with the arrow pointing that way, or in this case toward the wall. Get the new piston dug out here. Yeah, there we go. And right there we are. Got an arrow on the thing. So that makes it nice. It's not too hard to keep. It's not too hard to keep it straight when you have arrows actually pointing which way you're supposed to put the thing in. So that does make it nice. Okay, I'm going to show you here right quick. Here's the new piston. And of course, I mean, the rings are still loose in the thing. But you can see, once you actually get them pinched together, not much looseness at all. The old one, all kinds of slop. Even when you have it pushed in there, you got slop up and down. So this will definitely give it some new life. Surprisingly, cylinders 1 and 2 weren't too bad considering, but 3 through 6 they had a lot of slop in them, especially number 6, because well, as you saw on the one video, the top ring just fell out in 2 pieces. So okay, next thing you want to do, grab your snap ring pliers and pop out your wrist pin snap ring. Oop. Thankfully they were good and tight. As far as the wrist pin bearing right here, the guy that did all the head work, he said if you had to put new ones in, he would have to take and machine everything all down. That way just make sure it fits perfectly. There we go. Oop, I almost forgot something. Right there's what I forgot, almost forgot. The good old white grease. Give a good shake up. It's kind of cold, and so I don't want to shake around too much. But we're going to take and, well, you can tell it's not been open for a while. Huh. Shake him up again. They didn't have enough air in the tube. Alright. And of course, like I said, these are directional. And so, right now, it's actually laying. The rod goes up into the tractor just like that. Get you set up there a little bit better. And it says front right on this side, right there. And the arrow pointing front on the piston is actually here on the top side. Got a little bit of snow, and so I hear it melting off the shed roof. But want to take and put a little bit of this good old white grease. That's what I call it. Take and put that right inside that wrist pin bearing, or bushing, whatever you want to call it. In fact, quick change of subject. I just saw on my Facebook feed that the county sheriff's department just said that the local high school just up east of me sure enough had a bomb threat called into them. So that's kind of surprising, especially for this part of the country. You don't hear that too often, so hopefully everybody's doing okay. Alright, we got that put in there like that. Although I will say one kind of odd thing though, and I'm not going to say on here what or where, but they went and told all the evacuation plans. Now, why you would go and broadcast that right on your county sheriff department Facebook page, say, hey, all the kids are over here. Seem like you'd think that the schools would have all the contact information for either the parents or the guardians or whoever's in charge of each of the kids going there. Why not somebody just take and either text or call them and let them know where they're at instead of broadcasting to the world? Hey, all the kids over here, all the high school kids are in one place, all the elementary school kids are in another. All you're doing is in my opinion, all you're doing is putting a target on those places for some dirtbag to do something. Seems like you'd want to actually keep your mouth shut and have the school be the one actually notifying by text and phone call, that kind of stuff, where the kids are instead of broadcasting to the world. But hey, I'm just a dumb farmer, what do I know? So, like I say, that's my 2 cents worth. So we're going to take and put some more grease right around this side. Coat her all up good. And what this will do is it'll just give it a good coating. And that will give it time for the oil to actually get worked and pumped into the motor. Alrighty. I think we're ready to take and pop this pin in. Come on. Them things are machined so tight. You gotta hit it just right to get it to pop in there. Now I got it wedged. Come on. Hey, there we go. Well, I'm going to have to grab my plastic hammer.